gears are worn or chipped or the synchros are shot, they'll have to be replaced. So just be aware of what you're buying. Some will have a magnet on the inside to collect metal shavings. If it does, check it out to see if it has any large pieces. Ours has some shavings stuck to it, which could indicate a bad bearing or a lot of miles, so it's going to get a rebuild. I'm starting by removing the front bearing retainer. The main shaft has to be shifted into second and fourth to lock it in place for the removal of the input retaining nut. The roll pin needs to be removed from the housing so the selector shaft can be pried out of the way. Next to come off is the tail housing. Use a puller to remove the speedo drive gear, then pull off the reverse main gear. Engage fourth before removing the main shaft assembly from the case. Tap the input shaft loose with a soft hammer, then take out the reverse idler and tap out the input bearing.
Tommy, looks like you got the guts knocked out of this thing.
Yeah, pretty much. All I got to do is press out this countershaft right now. You don't want to help, do you?
No, I can give you a hand.
Get a hold of that greasy dude.
Yeah, I just want to get me dirty too, huh?
This could be done with a hammer, but as usual, the press makes it a whole lot easier.
Here's your dirty transmission back. You know we got a parts washer over there, right?
Here, let me let you clean it up.
All right.
Now I can unload the main shaft, remove all the retaining clips, gears, and synchros that can be slid off. Next, press the main shaft out of the third gear assembly. The rear main shaft support bearing is held in place with a snap ring. Just spread the ring and tap the bearing loose. Rick got everything cleaned up nice and pretty for me so I can start putting this thing back together. Summit sent us this rebuild kit that comes with all the gaskets, needle bearings, clips, bearings, seals, and synchros so we can get it back to that like new condition. I hope you were paying attention earlier because now you can assemble it by reversing the process I just showed you. But in case you're just tuning in, I'll go over it step by step. Install the new snap ring and bearing into the rear main shaft retainer. During reassembly, make sure to use plenty of heavy grease to prevent damage on your first ride out of the shop. Drop on third gear and the new synchro ring, then tap the synchro hub onto its spline. The fourth gear sleeve must be pressed back into place. Next, slide on second gear in the synchro and tap the hub into place. A snap ring holds everything in place. The synchro hubs each have 3 notches for the clutch keys. Use some grease to hold them in place during assembly. With the clutch keys installed, the selector sleeves can slide over the synchro hubs. Fourth gear is last on the stack, and the retaining plate falls into place with another snap ring, keeping it all together. The input shaft bearing assembly is put together piece by piece, one roller bearing at a time, then slides inside the shaft. Next comes the countershaft assembly. After inserting the spacer, the needle bearings go in. There's a bunch of little bitty pieces here, so take your time and do it right. Use grease to hold them in place and make sure you don't leave any out or bad things will happen. With those out of the way, I can get to filling the case up, starting with the gear set, thrust washer, and countershaft. The reverse gear rolls into place and a new thrust washer slides in. Tap the new input support bearing into the case, then slide in the input shaft. Now comes the big chunk, better known as the main gear assembly. The reverse gear shaft falls into place, followed by the reverse selector gear and speedo drive gear. The tail housing is held into place by 6 bolts that need to be torqued to specs. The reverse gear selector can slide back into its spot, and a new roll pin will keep it there. Don't forget the output shaft seal and the speedo assembly, which both go on pretty easy. Some Loctite will keep the input nut from loosening up, and don't forget to engage 2nd and 4th before tightening it down. Last but not least, the side cover can be torqued down. Rebuilding a 4-speed from a different manufacturer will be pretty similar, but if you get into a more modern 5 and 6-speed, you're gonna need some specialty tools. So do your homework before cracking one open.